Hi, Michael William Denny of thundershamanism.com, thunderwizard.com, and asktheshaman.com. And today we're going to be talking about another chapter in the book, Shamanism for White People, Reclaiming Our Animist Heritage. We're going to talk specifically about the emergence of neo-animism or neo-shamanism. Listen, before we get into that, if you're not familiar with these videos, go back and watch some of the other videos in this series. If you're unfamiliar with my work, you can click on the links below, thundershamanism.com, thunderwizard.com, if you see what it is that I teach and all of my books and DVDs that are available. You can also click on asktheshaman.com if you want to talk to me directly, if you want one-on-one instruction in shamanism, counseling, or if you want me to give you a rune reading. I'll give you a rune reading right over the phone. Just click the button, follow the directions. So, can white people be shamans? The emergence of neo-shamanism, neo-animism. This is really interesting, and it's this, this chapter I know has has offended a lot of people. And I'm happy to do that because, we got to push buttons to get people to think critically. And when people get offended when they don't think critically. And I've had people actually email me, in this pseudo syrupy nice way of, they want to help me. And I'm like, what's going on? And I find out they've read this book and they are practicing, neo-shamans, or, they practice Native American shamanism. And I've said some things that upset them. And so they're going to try and tell me how I'm wrong and I don't really know what I'm talking about and all that. So let's talk about this very touchy subject. And as I've said before, first let me make it clear. I support anybody's desire to follow any shamanic practice. It is in our DNA. Every single human on this planet is descended from people who are shamanic in nature. We all come from the same tribe. Eventually you get back to the same group of human beings. We're all descended from those same people, and those people were shamans. First, we need to know what the name shaman means. The word shaman is a Siberian word that means priest. And this is the priest in the Tengarist religion of Siberia. The Tengarists are animists. And this is what, when people call themselves a shaman, this is really what they mean. Because not everybody's practicing Siberian shamanism. Okay, you're practicing some other form of earth-centered animist spiritual practice. But we don't know the word animism, so we use the word shamanism. But what about neo-shamans? What about people who are white people, who live in modern white America or Europe, and they run around dressed in skins and with feathers sticking out of their cap and beating on drums and pretending that they're Native Americans? What about these kinds of people? Well, I would say that I completely understand where they're coming from. I know exactly why you're doing what you're doing. There's a deep hunger inside of you. There's a hole in your spirit. You desperately want to reconnect with the earth and with the ancestors, and you don't have anybody to look to. So you look to the one culture across the world that everybody associates with earth-centered spirituality, which is Native Americans. And so people start trying to be like Native Americans. Problem is that Native Americans don't like that. They call people like that plastic shamans. And there are whole slew, who knows how many teachers there are out there that claim to be authentic Native American shaman teachers who are white people who are dressing in another person's culture. They're appropriating another person's religion, and they're causing a lot of damage. These are some people who know exactly what they're doing, and they're preying on the intense need and desire of some people who feel disconnected and lost and need that spiritual connection. And then there are some that are just self-deluded and they don't know any better, and so they're doing the best that they can. Problem is that we're causing a lot of damage. Now, the obvious damage is for Native Americans don't like that. They don't consider themselves shamans because that's a Siberian religion. A shaman is a Siberian priest. They don't even necessarily practice animism in that way. In fact, what's most interesting to me is that the vast majority of spiritual practices that are done under the guise of Native American shamanism or neo-shamanism are actually practices of the ancient Europeans. soul retrieval, traveling to the different worlds, um, spirit quests, using spirit animals as totems. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I'll get more specific. But what's interesting is all of those practices are associated with Native Americans, and the white person thinks they have to do something that those people are doing, like it's their practice. They even start doing things in, in Lakota language or whatever it is. But the truth of the matter is that your ancestors did all that stuff. You don't need to take somebody else's tradition to do it. It's very easy. Now, it's difficult because we don't have any, very many living masters who practice it. And most of the people out there who are trying to do ancient European stuff are kind of just trying to figure it out as they go. It's just the way that it is. But, I'm sure that if what you really want is you want help, you can get help from Native Americans, from Africans, from Chinese people, from East Indians. You could get help from all of these cultures who would be more than happy to help you and give you hints on how to do what you're trying to do more correctly. And it's important that we do that for ourselves, because then that's going to get rid of the racial self-hatred and the shame. And it's going to help us be comfortable in our own skin and be proud of our heritage, and at the same time completely open to learning from other people. That's the place of strength, the place of power. So, anyway, we could go on and on and on, but if you want, go ahead and click on the link below and get the book, Shamanism for White People, Reclaiming Our Animist Heritage. You can get it on Amazon, or you can also click on Thunder Shamanism or thunderwizard.com and look at all of my other books and DVDs that I have available. You can also click on asktheshaman.com if you want direct instruction from me on things like, getting your spirit guide, or any other shamanic practices. I'd be happy to help you with. I'll also be happy to give you a rune reading or counseling or whatever else you need. Also, if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and click on support this channel so that I can continue to make these videos and teach people for free over YouTube. So I look forward to hearing from you.